What's up guys, MikeCoco back here, bringing you guys an old update video and the new video for costumes. And the first thing I want to talk about was like the update I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was actually really busy during that time, and I'm still busy now, which is why I haven't really uploaded, because right now it's April, which is finals month for me. Um, I just finished the exam like a few days ago, and I actually tried recording this video twice already, but it messed up. So with that aside, last update we saw the removal of morale, which I think is actually a great thing, because now it means that we no longer have to like go back and forth between tower, go back, update morale, go back into tower, wait for animation, and then repeat. You can just continually spam repeat, and if you don't really care about gold, then you don't have to sell anything in your inventory either, so it doesn't really matter. Um, but yeah, I like this idea of removing morale, and like if you had a lot of elixirs before, they transferred it all into gold. So I think I had like 5k elixirs, and they transferred it to like 150 million gold, which is pretty nice. And the other thing I want to talk about with the morale system is that I actually really respect this aspect of Legion, is that there's no like paying energy system. What I mean by that is like there's no real currency used to get energy, unlike other games. Because there's a lot of other games on the Play Store with like energy, and some of them even force you to pay like real currency to get energy. And in that sense, low is different, which I highly respect, and I think that's a very good point. So yeah, I won't delve into that any further. I will get into talking about Guild Wars. So again, this was I think in the last update, or like 2 3 weeks ago. They implemented Guild War, which is basically the same thing as regular mining, except you're fighting against a specific opponent, and um, the more wins you have against that opponent, then the higher your points are. As you see, I think yesterday our enemy was Legion, and we lost by 700 points, which is actually a really close battle. Um, so basically, what happens is that you get paired up with another guild that's 10, plus 10 or minus 10 from your current rank. So if your guild rank is like, let's say, like 8, then you can be paired up with anyone from first place all the way down to 18th place, right? It's plus 10 on either side, or minus 10. Obviously, A minus 10 is negative 2, so the cap, the lower bound is 0, or rank 1, I think. There's no rank 0. So yeah, that's basically how it works, and the winner gets a certain amount of things, and the loser doesn't go home empty-handed. They actually get half of the rewards of their rank. So let's say we're in the top 11 to 20. If we won, then we would have received 3,500 badges and 7 million gold, right? That's pretty good. If we lost, you can see down here that we will gain only 50% of the rewards, so 1,750 badges and only 3.5k gold, which is still respectable. It's just not that great. Now, here you can see the guild score or war score, and these are all cumulative, so it adds up every week. So here you can see like probably the more consistent guilds on the first page, and yeah, that's basically it for Guild War. And the rewards you get with these badges are actually really nice, because you can get some pretty nice things if you go to your guild. You get like Book of Legend, which is really nice for 5k badges, which is not hard to get by any means. I personally also like Book of Heroes, because it grants a lot of EXP, and these stack during 50% EXP weekends, so that's also a really nice feature. Some of these items are like limited to the amount of things you can buy. So for example, Book of Heroes already capped it out. I already bought the maximum, so you can see here the number of exchangeable items is like 0. Same thing here, number of items 0, because I've already purchased the Book of Legend. And these, I guess, counters will reset every season, and I believe each season is 3 months. Don't quote me on that, because that's just a number I think I remember seeing on the Facebook page, but I think it's around 3 months for each season. So, and you can also get these badges from bosses. You get like 130 from boss 13, 120. So it's basically the boss level, the last one you complete and you kill, times 10. I think that's the number of badges you get. So that's around almost like 1k badges a week if you just do bosses. So right now is actually a really great time to get into guilds, because you get all these fantastic things. even the lower ranked guilds are not left out. I believe the rewards go all the way down to like, but yeah, they go all the way down to 3,000. I don't even think there are 3,000 guilds in low, so everyone gets something, you know. And yeah, that's, I think Guild War is a nice feature to implement. Now, I'm not going to talk strategy or tactics because I personally am not familiar with this. I'm not one of those that do like a lot of mining, so I'm not really familiar with the strategies, and I've been not really active during this time anyway. So yeah, I have no idea. Um, so I won't delve into strategies, and I'm sure a lot of top guilds don't want their tactics like discovered. They want it probably to be hidden, so they'll be top ranked. So you know what, I get that, I respect that. So I'll go into the costumes of this month, which is the last update this week or last week. So we have 3 new costumes again, and it is Taihu, Belore, and Ereina. And I'm speaking faster than I can click, but we'll go into Taihu first. So his skill is simply just Taihu's skill, except with an added dispel. So it's kind of like Frank, except he dispels in a row now rather than a 3x3. Now, this is certainly a great addition to his skill, but this dispelling in a row is kind of worse than dispelling in a 3x3, because sometimes you want that larger area of coverage for a 3x3. But it isn't to say that dispelling is just bad. It certainly is nice, but not, again, this is another mythic hero, and not a lot of people have mythic heroes. So I wouldn't, like, if you have Taihu, then I would suggest getting this costume, because you get that extra 10% bonus on a mythic hero who already has higher stats than normal. Um, so I would recommend getting this if you already have Taihu. But if you don't, then don't worry about that. Your focus will probably be on Belore or Ereina. Now, these two are kind of like opposite ends, I want to say, because Belore, his skill is the usual Fury Thief skill, except he reduces Fury consumption for guns by 50%. So this means that all gun heroes in your team will receive a 50% reduction in Fury. So this means people like your gun main, people like Lacita and Claire, they only need to use 100 Fury for their skills. And the reason why I say they're on opposite, like Ereina and Belore are on opposite ends, is because Belore, in my opinion, is very suited for PVM, such as Mythic Raids. The 50% reduction also means that your Lacita and your Claire, who are, in my opinion, one of the strongest heroes in low right now, they can use their skill for only a small cost of 100 Fury, right? In Mythic Raid, Fury is, you're always starved for Fury. You're always trying to like get Fury, because in the final form you don't get a lot of Fury because there's not much to steal from. You have to use a single target Fury Thieves, and those Fury Thieves are quite weak because I think they're like S1. Maybe the last one was like Jester, who was S4. But certainly not legendary. We haven't seen a legendary single target Fury Thief. We will soon, but not now. So that's why everyone's just starved for Fury, and being able to use those very powerful skills for only 100 Fury is absolutely tremendous in Mythic Raid, and it will certainly bump up your rank a lot. In addition, Belore is also part of the Sharpshooter combo, which by coincidence also features gun heroes. So you get 20% attack increase, and you get 50% reduction in Fury cost for your gun heroes, which is really good for Mythic Raid and general PVM, for a bounty hunt or whatever. Now Ereina, on the other hand, has a different skill. Her usual skill is just a summon in a 3x3. However, or not a summon in a 3x3, a summon that heals, right? Her new skill also summons a summon, except this summon now does damage every turn and has a chance to charm in a 3x3. And if you don't realize now, this is why I say Ereina is very good for IB. In IB, all of these controlling skills like stun, silence, and charm are very dangerous for the enemy, because if they don't have a dispeller, then they're charmed and they can't do anything, because normal attacks hit like they're like tickles. They don't deal any real damage. So being able to summon a Fury for only 300 Fury and having the summon able to charm every turn and deal damage is huge in IB, and so now you can see why I recommend using Ereina in IB. And that being said, you also get a 20% increase in stats because Ereina is S2 rather than S. Wait, I'm not sure why, but she gets a 20% bonus, similar to Isabella, who also received a 20% bonus. So I'm assuming they're like kind of buffing the more underpowered heroes by a 20% bonus on their costumes. Not to say that Reina was terrible before, but certainly Jury is your legendary healer you want. Um, but yeah, Arena is definitely very good for IB. Now, it's pretty much up to you whether you want to get Belore or Arena, because personally, I think both of these will be, they're not for long term. I don't see a lot of powerful gun users in Season 7 and Season 8, and likewise, there's also more healers coming in Season 7 and Season 8, so Arena probably might get replaced. So in long term, it doesn't really matter, but in mid, like for now, it just depends on which one you want to get. It depends on what your focus is on, PVM or PvP, and just select it that way. I really couldn't care about PvP or PVM, but because Arena just looked better. I mean, like, no offense to anyone who loves Belore, but come on, it looks like Justin Bieber, and the costume really doesn't help at all. And so the Arena's costume, yeah, I'll leave that up to your imagination, but you already know which one I picked. So that aside, I want to go into the rest of the costumes. So as you see, we've had a March costume box, we have an April costume box. Guess what happens next? Of course, it's obviously the May costume box. So I would suggest getting your 2000 hearts ready for May, or at least, you know, don't be surprised when you don't have enough hearts, because I'm telling you right now, there's a high chance of getting another costume box for May. Um, so yeah, just be prepared for that. And lastly, I want to go through the Tri-Abbot sale, which was in the like 2-3 weeks ago. Even though they're now like not available for purchase anymore, it doesn't really matter, because you know how I feel about paid heroes. There's certainly nothing special, and in this case, we've just received Dark Adriel, who has the exact same skill except in a cross and has an attack debuff. And in my opinion, attack debuff definitely beats Dot any time of day, especially if you're fighting high level bosses. If you're fighting a low level boss, then it doesn't matter, because the Dot actually does quite a bit of damage. But for things in like Mythic Raid, the attack debuff is certainly useful, much more useful than just simply a Dot that can't really do much anyway. So yeah, don't bother with the Tri-Abbots. You don't need to pay $6 for a hero you might be able to pull for legendary. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Peace.